So let's start by watching a video. And just like every time I want ask you to watch a video, I want you to take note of important points from the video. Okay. So this is a very, very short video lang. So it doesn't have to take uh, ilang minutes. Okay. So let me play.
How was my day? How was my day? How dare you ask me that? Well, all right. Since you asked, I'll tell you how my day was. First, the car broke down on my way home from work. And then, when I eventually get home, I find out the dog has run away. Finally, my husband tells me he's lost his job. I am so very, very unhappy.
Cut! Where'd you get that line?
What line?
The line about being unhappy. That's not in the script.
It's not?
Roll that back. See here? Car broke down. Dog ran away. Husband lost his job. See? Nothing about being unhappy.
Well, I made an inference that she was unhappy.
An inference? What's that?
I read the text and thought about what I know, and so I made an inference that the character is unhappy. See, we know her car broke down, and that's always a hassle. Then her dog ran away, and that's really sad. Finally, her husband lost his job, which is always bad news. So I added these things up and made an inference that she must be pretty unhappy.
Inference, huh?
I like it.
Okay, we'll keep it. Everyone, let's do it again with the inference in this time.
All right. So ano yung nakuha niyo sa video? What can you say about what is being talked about in the video?
Yung
Since
yung
gusto.
inference na nahulaan lang niya base lang dun sa nabasa niyang script.
Okay, so
Good guess siya. Oo,
Mhm.
na kasi sa mga nangyari, nawalan ng trabaho, nag-car broke down, tapos yung dog niya nag-run away. So kung anuhin mo yung lahat yon, ito-total mo, magiging unhappy ka nga naman. So yun yung naisip niyang inference na good guess siya na malulungkot siya.
Right. So nag-make siya ng inference based on the situations na.
Oo.
Okay. Thank you, Doreen. So in other words, making an inference means drawing a conclusion, right? Using evidence, past knowledge, and experience. So it is analyzing information like events, facts, and ideas, or making logical guesses, or reading between the lines, or connecting the dots to form likely conclusions. So in what I'm trying to say is, I think the best, so aside from yung video na nakita nyo, I think another good example of making an inference is, kahit na, alam mo, wala pa yung physical na proof dyan, you can already make a connection because of, again, past knowledge and experience, right? So maybe wala pa yung evidence, past knowledge and experience will tell you kung ano, what most likely is the situation, right? So for example, nasa loob ka ng bahay, may pumasok na soaking wet. Ano yung parang inference niyo dyan? Bakit soaking wet yung pumasok?
Malakas ang ulan sa labas.
Right?
Wala
Most
siyang
likely,
payo. Wala siyang
Wala siyang payo.
wala siyang dalang payong, right? So that's an example of making an inference because of your past knowledge. Alam mong may ulan, baka there's rain outside. It's heavy yung rain sa labas, wala siyang payong, right? Now, inferences can be factual or non-factual. Kaya we have to be more, like we have to practice yung discernment natin more para we are not making false inferences or making false conclusions. We have to always apply critical thinking pa rin. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Okay, because sometimes, di ba, parang we have meron tayong nakita, ganito, tapos ganyan, baka ganito yung nangyari. Alam mo yun, yung mga, minsan nagiging maritas tayo kasi we kind of have this past knowledge or experience maybe or evidence na hindi masyadong parang na-prove, and then we're already making a conclusion, right? So we have to be careful when we make inferences. Always we still have to make use of our critical thinking skills. Now, to demonstrate that, I want us to, again, watch na naman tayo ng bagong video. This time, it's a coaching game, yung tawag niya. So, I'm gonna switch to YouTube muna. So, mag-stop share muna ako.
Yes.
Okay. I'm gonna play the video.
Folkman coaching games. Today we're going to see 4 managers take on a tough coaching problem as they compete head-to-head and go for the gold. So let's introduce our 4 competitors. Give it up for Stan from accounting. He runs the accounts receivable team and enjoys Lumberjack reality TV. Next is Amy, head of her legal department and Yelp Super Review fan. Our third competitor comes all the way from HR and describes himself as an avid indoorist. Meet Carlos. And last but not least, let's have a big hand for Michelle, a self-proclaimed coaching expert. So let's get going with our third event, the Ladder of Influence. The best coaches know how to face down this daunting obstacle whenever and wherever it shows up. So here's the situation. You see one of your team members blatantly texting on their phone during the big quarterly meeting. So what do? Let's see if our 4 managers can figure it out. Ladies and gentlemen, the goal of the ladder of inference is to not climb it at all. And because Amy made it all the way to taking action, she's really going to pay a price when it comes to her team. And next we find Michelle, climbed high enough to draw conclusions about what was going on with all that texting. Unfortunately, that could be dangerous for all involved. Stan managed to do a bit better. He stopped at adding more, which runs the risk of him imposing his own ideas about what he observed, which may or may not be correct. And our winner who never yielded to the temptation to climb the ladder of inference, Carlos. When confronted with the observable data of the moment, he was never lured into making a perilous climb.
Sure, it was tempting to get annoyed when I saw my team member texting during a big meeting. I could have really taken it personally, but what if it was an emergency or something? It's just not worth making inferences about something when you don't really know what's going on.
And so here's our medal roundup for our third event. Carlos takes the gold, Stan the silver, and Michelle the bronze. Stay tuned next week as our competitors go head-to-head in the strengths power lift. From all of
Okay.
Yes.
So
Yes.
let's start with this question. What did Amy miss by acting too quickly? And how could pausing help? Who would like to share? Oh, sorry pala. Before we even get there, sino yung nanalo? Sa
Carlos.
Carlos. But at the start of the diba, sa start ng video, it would seem like parang si Amy yung mananalo kasi siya yung pinaka-first na
Yes.
Umakyat.
Na climb the ladder.
pass niya. So why why is that not the outcome that people were expecting? Ano yung sinabi sa video? Each step of the ladder represents the action that you take based on what you've seen, right? So, if you didn't notice, if you didn't already notice, ang tawag sa game is the ladder of inference, di ba? And we'll get to that more later on. But right now, let's now then answer this question, like, what did Amy miss by acting too quickly, as opposed to what Carlos did na nag-pause muna siya, di ba? Like what Ma'am Jack said, si Carlos iniisip niya muna, hindi siya nag-judge agad. Marami na siyang mga possible na ginagawang reasons kung bakit nag-text o gumagamit ng phone yung teammate niya. Whereas si Amy, nag-immediate take action din agad siya. We don't know, baka Amy fired that person immediately, right? So, what did Amy miss? Next question is, why do you think that it's important to gather more info like Carlos did? So, si Carlos, parang marami siyang mga hypotheses. Could be nga na may emergency, there are so many things, right? But he cannot be certain about them yet. So, nag-gather siya ng information. Ma'am Jack, go ahead.
Yeah, it is important to gather more info na like Carlos na ginawa ni Carlos kasi this will help you on how this will help you to decide or dito sa inference kung ano yung paano ka mag-iisip or paano mo bibigyan ng paano ka magre-read between doon sa mga lines. So important ang information.
Right. So kailangan muna check mo muna kung lahat ng info para makapag-decide ka ng maayos. So these are, number one, the first pitfall of making inferences is jumping to conclusions, right? Everyone understands what that is, right? So ano ba yung jumping to conclusion? That's exactly what Amy did. Do you agree?
Yes, no thinking
Right.
at all.
Yes po.
Parang immediately nakita niya black and white agad. So violating a rule, bad. Immediate take action. Right? And we don't want that. So nag-make ng inference si Amy. Pero she's not making use of her critical thinking skills the more, right? So that's the very first pitfall, or one of the most common pitfalls of making inferences. And ang goal natin dito is we don't want to fall into one of these pitfalls, right? Yan yung we're trying to avoid. Second pitfall is ignoring context. What do we mean by ignoring context? Ano yung pagkaintindi nyo sa ignoring context? And how is that a pitfall when we make an inference?
Yeah, so ignoring context means disregarding other information.
And just making conclusion.
Yes.
Is that what you're saying?
Yes.
Right. Okay, Ma'am Jack, would like to add to that.
Yeah. Ignoring context
Thanks,
kasi
Ma'am Jenny.
meron ka nang nakikitang signs or na yung may mga facts ka na nakikita doon sa situation, but still you choose to ignore kasi gusto mo nang magpunta agad sa conclusion.
Right. So I think that's very uso ngayon sa social media, right?
Yeah.
Yung parang maraming mga nakaka-cancel and then sinasabi nila lagi, context, wala, hindi nyo kasi nakikita yung entire context because we are already seeing just a snippet of the entire thing, and then we're already making our own judgment based on the very minuscule moment that it happened. It could be that sometimes it's nakakaano talaga yung negative talaga yung that moment, but then if we take a look at the bigger context, it's justifiable pala. right? So that's why we have to make sure that we consider all of the, like, what the context is. Bakit ba nagwawala yung isang tao because of the context? Does that make sense? So again, we go back to not just simply seeing everything as black and white. Nagwawala yung tao, bad na siya, right? So we consider what situation this person is in, and so we can avoid falling into this trap of ignoring context. Are we clear on that so far? Okay. The next is correlation, or a false cause. Sorry. What do we mean by false cause? Ano yung pagkaintindi natin dito? Okay, so false cause, ito yung something happened and then tayo, we attribute it to the situation that happened before it.